Hey guys, T-Strat here, and we're bringing you some more Dark Souls 2. This is episode 4? Yeah, 4. So we got some money and stuff. I just want to go back to town. If you notice, Melentia actually disappeared between last episode and this one. She shows up right here. So don't be afraid if like she just disappears on you. So, if you spend enough money with her, she will give you something nice. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy some life gems just to. Actually, let's buy a human effigy, 10 life gems, something like that. Talk to her. Just take these. I think the cap. I think you need to spend, what was it, 10,000 or something like that on her. And she gives you the covetous silver serpent ring. And you're thinking, oh man, 10,000 sold out. That was a ton of souls that just dropped into a single merchant. But the item she gives you, fallen foes yield more souls. So it's kind of a trade-off. You spend money to make money. You know, usual stuff. I just wanted to kind of show you guys Lenegrast.
You, stand back. This is dangerous work. The name's Lenegrast. Just a simple blacksmith. And you are? Another useless traveler.
Hey.
A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth.
I helped you get back in the house.
Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds. Oh, what does it matter? Go on, show me what you've got.
Now, if you notice, he was like hollow.
Let me have a look.
But you know, he's still got his wits about him, which is kind of awesome. Like, you know, all the people in Dark Souls, he's the only one that I actually think is like still like good. Like, I mean. He's obviously turning hollow, but he definitely has a purpose, and he doesn't ever really like waver from it. He has a ton of weapons though, all different kinds. Longsword, broadsword, falchion, I think that's how you pronounce it. Estocs, rapiers, battle axes, all kinds of stuff, and of course arrows. I want to buy actually some arrows, because I'm going to start using that bow that we picked up in the last episode. The other stuff that he does is he repairs and reinforces weapons and armor. So if you find a weapon you like, for instance this flame sword, which I've been using a lot, a fire sword, I have some titanite shards, and I'm actually going to drop a few into this. So if I use a titanite shard, my damage will go up from 78 to 86. If I do it again, it costs 2 titanite shards, and we'll go from 86 to 94. So let's do that. And now it takes 3 titanite shards, which I only have 2 of, and it'll go from 94 to 102. So we'll do that later, but I'm just kind of showing you guys that. Titanite shards are really easy to get, and you saw he even sells some if you need some. The last thing I'm going to do here before we take on the next boss, which is the pursuer, but we're going to take him on where he's actually supposed to be, fought, and not that earlier spot. This is the mansion that the guy was talking about. I don't know your definition of mansion. I guess compared to these little houses, like, it's pretty big, but yeah. So he's a house key, and you see in here he has already stockpiled it with books and stuff, and then there's this giant thing. I don't know, like, who would read a book that big? I don't know. Well, all these books are actually really big. So if you were a cheap, and if you were really a cheapskate and didn't want to buy a Ferrous Lockstone, there's a free one right here. So, you know, if you want that, we'll use it for something else. So if you come around this way, you already see like there's a blood stain and a message. Like, let's avoid that for a second. And we'll just go up to the top here. Check this out. There's a chest. another Titanite shard and some torches. Actually, 3 Titanite shards and a torch. So we could actually improve our weapon one more time if we wanted to. I might just do that. And then the message reads, beast but two-handing. So if you look, this is the map that was carved in this stone that he was talking about. And if you also notice, a little fire lit up. The fire indicates a boss that we've beaten. So Majula, I believe, is like right around here. Right? This is the Cardinal Tower. We saw Heide's Tower of Flame, which was like, you know, it was like over like here-ish. Right? So, and I think the Draenei Castle is like here or something like that. But yeah, you can kind of, as you clear bosses and you know where the bosses were, you can kind of see the rest of Majula. It's kind of cool. Or sorry, not Majula, but Draenei. Here is a skeleton. He's not necessarily an easy fight, but he's also not like that hard. So I'll just poke him down. He always 100% drops a human effigy, which is awesome. And in here, this very nice fancy chest, we have a soul vessel. So soul vessels let you respec your character if you've messed up. Also, there's an Estus Flask shard. So already, that's going to be our fourth use of an Estus Flask, our 3rd shard that we found. So they start you out running in this game, but at the same time you still gotta be careful. This hole, there's stuff down there. We'll go down there later. It's imperative to use the cat's eye if you're gonna do falling. There's another way to get down there that doesn't require falling, but it requires you to do stuff later in the game. So I just want to show you guys, once you've done the 3rd upgrade with one of the Titanite types, now you see the only way to upgrade this is with a large Titanite shard. So we'll do that.
I'll be around if you make it back.
Yeah, and that's all there is to that. So back to the Tower of Flame with or sorry, not Tower of Flame. Back to the Cardinal Tower with us. And we'll continue moving forward. Alright, so one of the things I want to show you guys is that we've acquired the Soldier's Key. Now, keys that you get from bosses tend to unlock doors that were previously locked in the area that you've defeated the boss in. So, this door is now unlockable with the Soldier's Key. And here, we found a pretty decently useful ring, the Ring of Restoration. This is very similar to the Chloranthy ring in that it heals you over time. So where is this ring? This guy. So gradually restores HP. So similar to how the stamina works, like when your stamina is low and it recovers it faster, this one when your HP is low it'll actually restore some. So this area we can't really get to yet. We need the symbol of the king to open that door. What that is, that's a later video. What the symbol of the king is actually. The other place that we can now go through is this door. Be careful with this room. There are ironclads in here. But first and foremost, our good old Sleeping Hollow needs to die. Okay. So, that guy is running with a passion. Okay. This is the guy we need to worry about though. He's right in front of us. Alright, so you can kind of get a swing in and then roll away. and you should be able to defeat these guys. It is tough if you aren't comfortable with rolls yet. Do not try to take a hit from them though. It will hurt. And normal guys, like compared to oh, you notice the damage I'm doing? It's also a lot higher because I improved my my sword. So like there's 200 damage on that hit. If you catch him in this loop and you don't get greedy, you can take those guys out pretty easily. That's the key though to the whole thing. Like, the game's not hard if you aren't greedy and you just pay attention. Alright, I want to show you guys the bow and arrow. Unlike the crossbow, bow and arrow you have to dual wield, no exceptions. Oh, kind of a sniping fight with this guy. Oh gosh, I'm so bad. Ow. Okay, enough's enough. We're going to kill this guy. There we go. Once they're locked on, it's a lot easier to hit them. This guy, he will track you, but right now he doesn't see us, so let's not give him a reason. Alright. I hate how close quarters this fight is, but you know, you gotta do it. That's the move that you really don't want to get hit by. It's 4 swings, and each one will stagger you a little bit, so what's up guys? Remember I used to 2-hit those with this sword? Here's another really nice sword for beginners, especially the bastard sword. It requires 20 strength, so you will have to level up a bit, but even right now with 10 strength I can 2-hand this. It's got a pretty nice sweeping slash text. You know, it's got that's a power attack for it. It's a decent sword, but we're not gonna use it too much. I used it in a previous run through, so I want to do something a little different once we get more items. Ooh, that actually was kind of close. I'm surprised that didn't hit me. That attack, by the way, the one where he like slams the ground, that will just flatten you on the ground. So that's another thing to think about. Hey, turtle bro. Hi. There was another one where they actually will raise their clubs and just chase you. And so, you know, you think that they're going to just slam the thing down, but they'll actually start running after you. Yeah, so just be aware of that. I think there was something where, like, if you go behind them, they try to sit on you or something. I've never actually gone behind them. So that one I like to just back up because the roll kind of puts me further away. And see, that guy's gone. There he is. Like, see how he's kind of stepped towards me on that one? See? See? He'll just chase you. So like this one, if you can just back up because you can get in faster. The one where he slams it down, will actually kind of stagger, you know, where you are standing because it, you know, shockwaves the ground a little bit. But the other one, like, it doesn't do that. So if you can just walk away and then you can jump back in really fast. In that sense, you could almost get 2 hits off because you could do 1, 2, and then roll back to avoid the next hit. So this area is just, it's not necessary to go through, but you know, it's nice. And the other thing that's cool about it is it's got a bonfire. Actually, there's one more thing in this area. Just to show you guys in this room. there's this giant, and the giant rests at peace. Giant rests at peace. But there's another thing about this giant. If you, I believe, if you get invaded or something like that, he'll drop a seed from the Tree of Giants, which I believe is used to make enemies attack invaders in your world, which is really useful. So basically, you can get the enemies to attack invaders as well. Usually they don't. So like a lot of times, like invaders will come in while you're fighting some big enemy, and you have to deal with the big enemy and the invader, and it's just not fair. If you use the seed, I'm pretty sure it's the seed, then enemies will, invaders will be attacked by those same enemies. So they have to deal with you and the enemies as well. Can be useful. Can be useful. Alright, we remember these guys. Except last time, we didn't have to fight two at once. If you are patient, it's not much harder. Like you saw there, I just baited out their attacks, found an opening to kill one. Once I killed one, the other one's pretty easy. Alright, so there's the soldier's key in use. Oh, man, I am so bad at this game. Okay, there we go. This guy will jump down. If you go into the room, like if you go too deep into this room to fight this guy, that guy will jump down and help with the fight, and you really don't want that. It's too close quarters for those two. And here we have a boss door to the pursuer, who we already killed in the previous video, but we killed him in both another character's world and in another player's world. So this is for us. This is a summon sign for, yeah, some dude. He looks to be a, what is that, a cleric? He's got the chime, but he's wearing the mage robes, so I'm not sure. He's probably going for like a hex build or something. But you know what? I'm feeling good. Let's do this ourselves. Is he badass enough? I think so. And he floats, which is awesome. Alright. So there's a trick that you can do with the ballista behind him. But I'm not very good at it, so let's not even risk it. You can parry him. Basically, you use a parry to kind of block his attack, and he'll stagger him for like 5 seconds or something. In that time, you can run over to the ballista, and if he's lined up, you can shoot those ballista at him, and it will just shred his life. We don't really need to do that, so like, I don't see a point. I mean, it's faster for sure, but I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not good at that, so stick with what you're good at. The key here, I didn't really explain this very well in the last time I fought him. Ooh, stagger. Stagger's not the same as parry. He's not staggered as long as the parry is. Ooh. Tried to finish him there, I got greedy. Actually, no, wait, it hit him. Okay. Boom. Easy fight. Didn't even get hit because I'm a boss. Take that. Okay, that's how the fight should have gone, up on the roof. But whatever. It's okay. So, if you watch some cool videos about this, some guys, they'll get right here, or, yeah, right about, like, at this wheel or something. The guy, he does his dashing attack, and they go, boom, and they parry him. And then when he's parried, he's right here in front of this ballista, and he's staggered, so he can't really move. So then you run over to this thing, and you pull on it, fire it. You saw all those arrows? There was like 4 or 5 bolts. Let's see if I can get a better angle on this. There's like 3 or so that just shoot out, and yeah, that basically just trashes him. Another thing, for those strength builds, you'll want to drop down here, and even though it's a little backtracking, it's worth it. Down here is the Draenlich sword, shield, mail, gauntlets, and leggings. This is a very strength heavy set of armor. The other thing is, it's also the first shield that you find that has 100% physical damage reduction. It requires 16 strength to use, so we don't have 16 strength yet. But yeah, 100% damage reduction, which basically you don't take damage if you have your shield up and somebody hits you with a physical attack. Really useful. Most people will want that shield. Most. It does require a bit of strength, so if you're somebody like a sorcerer class who doesn't have a lot of strength, you either need to invest in it or you're just not going to use that shield. And here we also see another giant. We'll be talking about those guys later. For now, let's see if I can. I want to see if I can, because from Majula I could see here, but I don't. Nah, I can't really see Majula from here. There's not a really good spot to view it from, I don't think. I was hoping that when I got up here I could see it. Let's see if I can see it from here. Yeah, it's like on the other side of that hill by that coat. Yeah, can't really see it. It's okay. Where am I going? Okay. Then to get out of this area, just walk up to this. This is a bird's nest, right? Give us smooth, give us silky. But it's not the same bird's nest. Instead, this one for the pursuer bird, who decides he'll carry us now because we defeated the pursuer. We don't land quite as gracefully, but we're still cool about it. Welcome to the Lost Bastille / Bastille. There's so many debates about how to pronounce that. This guy isn't real. Don't let him fool you. There he goes. That's the only thing about playing online and recording. You're really like, who is that guy? Oh, it's not a real guy. Same thing, like this dude. Yeah. Go away. It's my world. Get out. Alright, well, before we move on, we're gonna just, go back here to Majula and, do some stuff. Mainly, I want to level up a bit because we haven't done that yet. I just also want to see if I don't believe that he added anything to his shop.
I'm glad to see you safe.
No, but you know, I kind of want to do a little collecting of some armors, and this Falconer set is actually kind of awesome. So, whoa, no, not 11. Don't buy 11 of those. Buy one of them. Thank you. That would have been a little awkward.
Thanks very much.
Okay. So basically I just want to buy the Falconer set just to have it. If you guys want to see that, this is what the knight starts out with. Falconer gloves, Falconer boots. So the knight looks like this when they start out, and then you can get the helm, which is insane because look at that top. Look at that feather. The feather's ridiculous. The only problem with this set, because our character is a swordsman, our vitality's really low. And because our vitality's low, this set's actually way too heavy for us. So if you look and I roll, this is what's known as a fat roll. It's not very good. The reason it's a fat roll, if you look at the bottom right corner, there's an 88.4%. That's how heavy we are percent-wise. If this is lower than 70, we just do a normal roll. So technically we could just get around wearing this armor. However, we like our Wanderer stuff, because I think it looks pretty badass. This is also, there's also the Dran Lake mail, but likewise, this is a really heavy set. It's 14.5 weight, whereas our thing is what, 3.5 weight. So yeah, I mean, yeah. The other set that's kind of interesting is the leather set, which I guess we found. Yeah. Well, hello. I feel like going out on an expedition and hunting some stuff with some bow and arrows. Yeah. Actually, that doesn't look too bad either. But I kind of like the look of this jacket, which is why we're sticking with the Wanderers for now. We'll probably find a different set to use later, but for now that's good.
Is that a shard you found?
Why,
Here,
yes it is.
Let me see it. To see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
She is so nice to us. Here you go. And we'll also level up. So, alright, looking at this, I'm gonna boost these to 10 just to have them at 10. Most spells will require more than that, way more than that. I also want attunement to be 10. This gives us the one slot, the one. So yeah, it's 0 to 1. That'll help. We got some more to spend though. Looks like we got 4 more. So maybe 2 new endurance and 2 new adaptability. Adaptability gives you agility, which boosts ease of invasion and other actions such as drinking your Estus and using life gems and stuff. This you want to get decently high because it'll let you roll away from things. So far we're basically trying to level up in a way that's balanced. The balances are really bad offset. As you notice, we started with like 16 dexterity, but like everything else was really low. So to offset that, I'm using souls to go that way. Now, before we go to the Lost Bastille and handle that area, I want to show the alternate way of getting there, because like our friend up at the tower, up at the monument said, you know, there are the 4 old ones, and you know, whichever way we go out of Majula, we will end up finding them. So I said there's this way, and I'm going to show you guys that now. So if we run down here, there's this turn wheel thing, but it doesn't seem to be working. If you look there, there's obviously a path that goes that way. We'll get there. We will. But for now, we'll take the one path that allows us to move forward, and we'll keep going. So, you know, you're going around in a circle and a circle and a circle, and then suddenly, oh, there's just there's been so many people I know who just miss this, but it's a shield. So if you don't have a shield and you want something early and you don't want to spend money with Malin like I did, there's that one. It's not as good as the one I have on. It's this guy, but you know, it'll do the job for early levels for sure. Get some of these. Alright, and then when we go up these stairs, we will pop out at Heide's Tower of Flame, which, if you notice, there's a giant tower that is on fire. So, very fitting name. And there's also these guys. like stone giant people. So you can take these guys on earlier, but it helps to have a better weapon set before you do that. Now, I've killed so many of these guys that it's pretty obvious how to like deal with them. Don't forget, I missed this the first time I came through here. This will save your life. It's a bonfire, and it just helps you recuperate and stuff. I died a bunch, and I had to go all the way back to Majula to run through here. So don't make the same mistakes. Use the darn bonfire. Most people will see that, but I missed it. So. Noob mistakes 101. Now, the 3 hits is a little greedy, but I knew I could do it because of practice. If you're uncomfortable, I mean, even sticking with 1 hit, you know, it'll eventually kill him. This guy, however, is a tough guy to beat. He has a very interesting set of moves, and he's the only one who has a giant club. Now, he didn't do any of the crazy stuff that he usually does with me, but yeah, be careful with this guy, because he's the only one like him in this entire map. He spawns, if you kill him, he only spawns once because he drops a really important item. The Sublime Bone Dust. Now, if you look at the Sublime Bone Dust, which is right here, cast it into the Fire Majula to increase the HP restored with each use of our flask. They say they're the remnants of a saint who cast himself into the bonfire. So, if you played the first Dark Souls game, I haven't, but I learned a lot about it before I started this. There's the thing with the first flame, and it's basically like what brings light to the world. And the reason the curse comes around is because the flame is actually fading. So in the first game, you know, the flame's fading, and basically you are a cursed undead, and your goal is to rekindle the first flame. So you do that by basically sacrificing yourself and casting yourself into the first flame to kind of reignite it. Alright, so down there, that's the boss room. See that guy? He's a boss. So I'm just gonna pull this lever. Now you can actually cheese the boss and like make him fall off that ledge, but you could also fall off that ledge, and it's not worth it, man. Not worth it. Unless you're really good at doing that. Speedrunners do it all the time, but I'm not that good, so. Alright. Seems intimidating. 3 guys. But really, it's just 3 guys back to back, and you don't actually have to worry, because that guy's already dead. Now, these 2 come at you, but I think if you go over here, yeah, that guy turns around. So then it becomes a another 1v1. Take your time. Yep. And now this guy is here, and you can just take him on. So, like, it seems kind of intimidating. You're like, oh man, there's 3 of these giants, but really you only need to ever take on 1 at a time. And I don't recommend taking on more than 1 at a time, because it can be kind of hard to find places to get in your attacks on. Now over here comes up another lever. This will raise the 2nd level of the platforms, which basically this lever will now make that floor so that you cannot fall. Period. That way it leads to the Cathedral of Blue, which you can see kind of through the window there. And we will get there. But for now, we're going to go this way, because we want to take on this boss. So a lot of people thought that you had to jump that. You don't have to. You can actually just walk across here. I'm being a little careful about the walking though, because like I don't want to fall and have that be my first death. That'd be a really annoying first death. Alright, another one of these sword dudes. Oh gosh, I didn't roll fast enough. And that one, yeah, so what can I say about that? I mean, the third hit, alright, so with that guy, you dodge the first one, dodge the second one, and your third one, you should really be dodging away and not into him like I did, because that sweeping attack at low levels, that will hit you a lot. Here is a summon for the Masterless Glencore. He is a NPC summon. I'm fine with summoning NPCs to help me with these fights. It's not cheating or anything. It's not like I'm summoning a level 100 character to help me out with these guys. So that's fine, and anyone can do it even if they're offline, so no problem with that. See how the floor is all raised up? That's because of those levers we pulled. So this guy is actually extremely easy to fight. I say that as I get hit, but if you summon this guy, the Masterless Glencore, he will just wreck this guy. Look at that sword he's dueling. Help him out a bit. So the other thing about the this fight, your NPC will actually cause staggering. There, see? You can stagger this guy. Oh. That's the other thing about fights. Don't use all your stamina like I just did, because that's a bad idea. That's asking for trouble. And done. That was easy. I could have probably done that without taking any damage, but you know, what's the fun of not taking damage, you know? So we got another Dragon Rider. We got the first Dragon Rider soul, another boss soul. And up here is a bonfire. Also, we have...
Are you from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power, but the cost of it, that's for your heart to decide.
So, she saw that our faith was 10, and she's like, hey, you know what? You can actually use miracles, so I'm going to try to sell some to you. This Cleric Sacred Chime is the key to using miracles, so you need this to actually use them. She also sells a ring which increases your faith, which can be good for like if you have a spell that you can't use yet. Like it maybe requires 15 faith, and I only have 10. I can pop this on, and it'll give me a little boost to faith. So that's nice. And here are the faith-based spells. Heal, med heal, great heal, a bunch of heal stuff. Replenishment, resplendent life. These two I think heal you as well, but over time. Yeah. And they can heal allies, which is the other thing. All these can heal allies as well. Caressing prayer, which purifies all poison stuff. That can be helpful. Force just creates a shockwave, staggers people around you. This is your bread and butter for most things. It's your lightning spear. There's a greater lightning spear and a sunlight lightning spear, which are more powerful. But yeah, homeward is basically like using a homeward bone. Sends you back to the last bonfire you used. And guidance, basically, I haven't used this, but it basically reveals messages from other worlds. I guess that's not super useful.
I'd heard awful rumors about this place, and I'm afraid they were all true. The king, gone. The earth, ravaged. The burden on the people weighs heavy. I fear that by now, they may have scarce room in their hearts for miracles. Why did I come here? Well, Do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles?
I would like a reason. Do
My
you know?
preceptor always said this art should be shared with the world, and such is my only wish.
So, yeah, she never really tells you why she's here, although, you know, she could just be hollowing and not remember, but I don't think that's the reason.
Sometimes I fight the urge to pack up and go back home. It is... well, I must do this. And being out here all alone only makes this a more fitting test of my fortitude. I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be found here. Without any goings-on, I'll have to move soon, to a place I could help the gullible, by teaching the good word. No need for miracles. The gods frown upon such soul scrimpo.
Now you kind of get an idea of what kind of a person she is. She's trying to pull a fast one on you. However, the miracles she sells are real. They're not fake. But some of the other things she does, yeah. So if we head back to Medulla, I think I'm going to do one more thing and wrap up this episode. And if you notice, that light up there is now lit up. Why is that, you ask? Well, let me tell you why. It's because our good friend moved back in here. Hello.
Oh, hello there. An honor to see you again. This room is not as it seems. There are two, not one pathways leading out.
I noticed.
And only this lovely thing reveals the other path.
Well, how do you get it to work? It doesn't work.
And this, you lovely thing, only runs on miracles.
Is that how that works?
Shall I provide you with one?
So you can go back here. She still has all the same stuff. Then you can ask her to move the path at the cost of 2,000 souls. Here's what happens. You go down to pray, and she puts in the key, and then pretends to pray with you as the thing moves. Your head's down, hood's down. You can't see what she's doing. She's pulling a fast one on you, but it's okay. If you kill her, she'll drop the key. But you don't want to try to kill NPCs. That's usually a bad idea.
To cast miracles, you must have strong faith in the gods. Miracles began as tales told by gods. We preserve their will with law, pray to their greatness, and are blessed in return. You must nourish your faith. Miracles have been passed down through us since the first flame. Isn't it extraordinary to think they've existed since the very origins of the world? And now, you can have this power for yourself. Don't miss out on the road to enlightenment.
First flame? What is the first flame?
What is the first flame? Well, it's... You're not ready to comprehend it, I'm afraid.
Oh, is that so?
You require more faith and more miracles. Many more miracles. May the power of miracles be with you. Souls to the gods.
So basically, she's like, oh, you know, there's all this stuff I'm spouting at you about miracles being amazing, and then when you actually ask a serious question, she's like, no, you don't know. You need to buy more miracles from me before I can tell you something like that. So yeah, she's definitely trying to pull a fast one on you. But you know, like I said before, the miracles she sells, even though she's trying to swindle you, are actually real. That lightning spear isn't gonna like bounce off somebody and, you know, not do any damage. It's just gonna hit, and it's gonna hit hard. So something to think about. This dude, okay, I've never actually been able to talk to this guy because my int and faith haven't been high enough. I've had int high enough and I've had faith high enough, but I haven't had both. And now that I have both at level 10, maybe he'll actually want to talk to me.
The dark stirs. I see them. The dark is sparked within you. My name is Felkin. I will trade with you. What do you need?
Alright, he actually wants to trade with me. He's got some pretty cool stuff. Mainly... Oh, this is nice. Nullifies death but breaks. So if you wear this and you die, you won't lose any of your souls. You'll keep all your souls. And you won't go hollow, I believe. Yep. He's also got dark pine resin, applied dark to weapons. He has an infinite supply of that. And he's got these. These are hexes. They basically are used to, you know, they're the dark magics, I suppose. Dark orb, you know, general, like, pew-pew stuff. Dark weapon. Basically, it adds dark damage to your weapon. Very simple. You know, you just use it and it powers your weapon with the power of dark. Resonant Soul is another one. It emits a dark mass at the cost of souls. So this one actually, you basically are spending souls to do damage. It'll hit hard, but I don't want to waste souls generally. I mean, this will be like a big tool for those guys. Great Resonant Soul, even better than Resonant Soul. A lot less uses though. If you look, a lot less. It's a lot stronger. Uses a little bit more souls. But basically, you're spending souls and you're doing a ridiculous amount of damage. So you want to use this against like bosses. Resonant Flesh. Let's see. Transforms a certain number of souls into HP over a period of time. So that's kind of cool. You like use souls to heal yourself. And the Resonant Weapon. Transforms a certain number of souls into attack power over a period of time. So instead of this guy, which just adds dark damage, this one will add dark damage, but it'll be stronger and will cost some souls. So I've never actually done hexing, so I kind of want to try this. I'm gonna buy a couple spells. Right now we only have one slot, so I'm not like super keen on buying stuff. And I can't even use these staffs or anything. Archdrake staff. Let's see. So it looks like this one has a little bit of a magic. If you look at the this side over here, it's got a little bit of magic attack and dark attack, just a little bit. This one's got a lot of dark attack and a lot of faith, the lightning attack. So I think this one, the chime. The chime might be good. It's hard to sell. It's hard to tell. However, I think we have a regular staff, which does do 112 dark apparently. So I think we're good on that. To equip the spells that we just gained, we can only have one. Let's light this bonfire. Attune spells, and here we have one slot, and we can fit something in. This one requires 2 spots to put in, so we can't put that one in. This is the Great Soul Arrow we found. We can't even use that. Actually, we can't use any of these yet effectively, but we're pretty close to being able to use this one. It requires 12 intelligence, so I'm going to equip that like that. And now you see the dark orb appears up there. And I guess actually I will need to invest in one of the hex staffs, because I don't think I can cast this with that. I will look into it. I might need like a different weapon, like a chime or something, but we'll see. I'll look into it, and I'll see you guys back in the next episode. Until then, take care. I'm gonna increase my int as well to 12. Alright. See you guys later. Hey guys, I have to record this. I've just been doing a little stuff while I'm editing my video, and I'm in a game with Merlin and Merlin. I don't even know what to think. This is I don't know. I had to show that because I think it's hilarious. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this thing with the ballista to show you guys. Don't come after me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. See where the ballista's aiming? So if they're smart, if my teammates are smart, they'll get the pursuer to back up a little bit. Come on. I am recording and rendering, so this is a little laggy for me. It's probably laggy on the video recording as well. So come on. Nope. There. Yes. See how much damage that does. And he's dead. Just like that. So I'm thinking, should I do it? Don't. Fuck it. That was a little mean, I think. But you know, whatever. Anyway.